Hello people, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. Hold on, let me turn down the air conditioner so y'all can hear me clearly. Okay, yeah. This is a video response to Foot Brotha. I'll say that again. This is going to be a video response to Foot Brotha. His video, he talked about the title of his video is "Are Black Women That Close-Minded About Foot Fetishism?" I'll say that again. The title of his video that I'm responding to are Black Women That Close-Minded About Foot Fetishism. Though you should watch. People. Y'all should watch that video. He actually talks the same way I talk almost, but he don't do what I do. You know what I'm saying? He don't speak the way I speak though, but he has talked about women's attitudes and the mindset and sexual hang-ups. And that's what I want to touch on right now. To answer your question, Foot Brotha, to answer your question, Foot Brotha, look here, Foot Brotha. From my experience, I had to say, it really depends on what type of man you are. When it comes to women, when you reveal that you like something about them, in terms of when you are, I noticed that even myself from my personal experience, when I talk to women of other ethnicities, they're a little more, they're a little more, they tend to be a little more receptive and open about men liking women's feet. I'm back, people. Sorry for the interruption. I had to take that call. What I was saying previously before I was interrupted, I would say, in my opinion, and I think it's kind of common among us men of color specifically. It really depends. Most so-called black women do have sexual hang-ups about foot fetishism. For some odd reason, women of color in America, so-called American black women, African American women, whatever terminology we want to use, Nubian American women. But I would like to say the so-called black American, 3Ks don't get it twisted and don't get it fucked up, woman, they really do have a hang-up about men who have a foot fetish, men who love women's feet, especially their feet. Because I can tell you, man, I'm gonna have to I'll just say it like this. I remember growing up that even my my mom and the women in her female relatives, mostly on my mom's side of the family. I can't speak too much about my father's side of the family. They're two different cultures. My dad's Jamaican and my mom's American born. You know what I'm saying? So I really haven't been able to discuss, that part of my life with other women on my dad's side of the family. My aunt, my dad's sister, she don't see it as a big deal, as long as you do it in an appropriate fashion. I think she knows I like feet. But from my experience with my mother and her sisters, they kind of look at me weird. It's funny, and it's crazy as hell that they gotta, even though some of them, even my mom and some of her sisters, do like compliments on their feet. Especially my mom's younger sister, my aunt Thalia. I'm not gonna give her her full name. We'll call her Auntie. But even with her, it's like she likes compliments on her feet, but she still thinks that's kind of strange. I noticed that too when I talk to other sisters, other so-called black women, so-called American women. Oh, let me just say it like this: so-called black American women. I usually call them Negro-European females because they got a Caucasian supremacist mindset, and they got that, and a lot of these women of color in America got born into that feminist bullshit. A lot of them are feminists. A lot of them got anti-male views. A lot of these Negro American females got a deep-rooted hatred for brothers. They got a Caucasian male, mainly, and sometimes female attitude, but they got a. But I mean, someone said. I remember someone saying this. There are two of the most freest people on the planet is the Caucasian male and the Negro female, and that's no lie. Sometimes it's the. And then number three, two of the most free, three of the most free. There's only three people on the planet: Caucasian male, the Caucasian female, and the Negro female. And sometimes it's the Caucasian male, the Negro female, and the Caucasian female. The 2 and 3 can go either way. The reason why I say this is because I have to say it, many women of color in America got a Caucasian supremacist mindset. They have a deep-seated hatred. I can notice where it came from. It came from Caucasian supremacy. It came from the fucking brainwashing. It came from fucking feminism. That men ain't shit. The so-called black man is a feminist narrative that what you guys gotta understand is that a lot of Negro females feels that, oh, the so-called black man ain't shit. Oh, they promote this perception, oh, that we're all gay, that we're gay. But I don't understand. But the funny thing is, y'all females love hanging with gay dudes and talk about, I got a gay friend, I love gay men. It's retarded as hell. Then y'all talk about the thugs and criminals and rapists, but last time I checked, the first rapist was the Caucasian male. The number one man who leads in rape is Caucasian males. The biggest thugs on the fucking planet are Caucasian males. The biggest thieves on the fucking planet are Caucasian males and females. And I would say the biggest shoplifters are Caucasian females. The biggest gold diggers are Caucasian females. Basically, what I'm trying to say, people, Caucasian people are the biggest thugs, crooks, murderers, rapists, pedophiles in fucking history and currently worldwide. The biggest enslavers, the biggest oppressors, the biggest colonizers of all time. The biggest terrorists of all time. But yet you got dumbass Negro-European females, these fucking Aunt Your Mama Coon bitches, Negro bedwenches, because a lot of these females worship Caucasian males, but see, many of them, I would say this generation specifically is more, comfortable of being a fucking bedwench, being the Caucasian male side chick. I mean, chasing Caucasian dick. Oh, they won't approach a brother, but they'll approach a Caucasian male in a heartbeat. Oh, they'll switch up. And I noticed this when I was in high school. This particular chick, oh, she was a Negro-European. She was light skin, fat, looked like Miss Piggy with high yellow Miss Piggy, but she looked like a fucking dude. It's like basically, she's like a tranny version of Miss Piggy. I am not joking, folks. And this is the type of bitch who always was disrespectful, always mean to me, always lied on me, always trying to set me up on some bullshit. A couple of times she tried to set me up for I statutory raped some chick when I had a inappropriate relationship because I was 18. One of the girls I was talking to was 17 and 16, and saying I was doing sexually inappropriate things. Meanwhile, mind you, I can tell you, most high school girls was funny when they were always chasing older guys in college, even guys who are old enough to be their fucking daddy, even granddaddy. And then, but guess what? You know, for some reason, these so-called black women didn't say shit when these Caucasian males, you got dudes over 40 years old hitting on 15, 16-year-old, or even 14-year-old, 13-year-old chicks, but y'all bitches don't say shit because you were friends with them, because you didn't want to turn them in. I understand Caucasians stick together, especially that Caucasian female will always stand by a fucking man, but y'all sisters y'all don't stand by a fucking man. I'm not saying we should allow a man to do dirt and let him get away with that shit, but I'm saying is we got a team, we got to stick together and look out for one another. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying in a nutshell is that this mammy Negro bedwench, Negro pen, retarded ass tranny bitch always had it in it for me. I guess she was mad because I never tried to hit on her, but she was like, "Oh, I don't like you." I mean, she was always rude and nasty about it. I mean, my thing is to some of you dumbass bitches, especially you black bitches, why in the hell would I approach a chick who don't fucking like me? And it's made me known and try to embarrass me. One time, this bitch tried to embarrass me in front of these Caucasian dudes, and I was actually kind of something friends with some of these dudes, so I kind of told her off. What I should have did was punch her in the fucking face and break her fucking nose and break her fucking jaw. You know what I'm saying? Because I should have did it. Yeah, you can say I would have been in jail, but it been fucking worth it because some of these bitches need to be checked. Because a lot of these bitches don't have fathers in the fucking home teaching them to be fucking ladies and know their fucking goddamn place and know their fucking role. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I mean? It's like they have the so-called black woman has a disrespectful disposition towards men of color. They press their hair, trying to look like Caucasian women, even though they hate Caucasian women, but they're always always fighting the Caucasian females' battles, talking about women's rights. Bitch, why are you fighting for their fucking battles when these same bitches, every time y'all get treated unfairly, when y'all harass, when y'all terrorize, when your daughters are getting molested by the Caucasian males, when y'all getting beaten, when y'all abused, or when y'all getting sexually assaulted by Caucasian males, getting raped by Caucasian males, some of y'all so-called black women have children. Y'all have a so-called white baby daddy. Y'all have children from a Caucasian male who ain't paying no lick of child support, ain't doing shit for the fucking child. But meanwhile, mind you, y'all the same bitches who would talk about how niggas ain't shit. But guess what? You got Caucasian males who ain't goddamn shit, who ain't fucking shit. Oh, but y'all give him a fucking pass because he got pale skin, white skin. What y'all say? You know what I mean? It's fucking ridiculous as how y'all, I mean, I see grown men, when I was in school, these older Caucasian dudes talking to the Caucasian girls, talking to the Asian girls, the Latina girls, and talking to the black chicks. And most of the time when they were with black chicks, y'all would just fucking jump offs. They didn't have no intentions of bringing your ass home to their parents, to the mama and dad, to the mommy and daddy. These Caucasian males had no intention of being serious with you, but if it was going to come down to a woman of color, they may be serious with the Latina chick, but mainly more so a Hispanic chick because she can pass for Caucasian. They had no problem taking Asian women as wives if they were going to step outside their ethnicity, the Caucasian male I'm talking about. But their first primary choice of being with a Caucasian woman and maintaining Caucasian supremacy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to go on that tangent. But what I'm saying is that I'm tired of the double standards. It is so fucking funny that the so-called black woman has a disrespectful disposition towards so-called black men. And we have done nothing to y'all. Y'all talking about how we never protected y'all. Protect y'all from what? What kind of danger are y'all in? Y'all say some dumb shit like, oh, we let y'all get beat up and raped by the fucking police. No. First of all, you had many brothers who died and got killed during the slavery days, during the Jim Crow days, during the Civil Rights Movement, trying to protect you as the so-called black women and its children. You had so many men dying to protect the women and children, and when we did do that, then when we got killed and murdered, then y'all said, oh, y'all should have never done that because now these Caucasian supremacists are terrorizing us and they're mad as hell. So basically, either way, rather we protected y'all or didn't, we're still to blame because, you know, when you're at a fucking war, people, when you're at war, right, and you're fighting, you know the enemy's going to be pissed off no matter what you do. If you're compliant and docile and submissive to the enemy, which you should not do, guess what? They're mad. When you stand up for yourself and check the motherfucker and challenge the motherfucker and stand up for yourself, all of a sudden, they get mad. But what these bitches don't understand is like these bitches talking about, oh, during slavery, black women were raped. The so-called black man let the black woman get raped, which is fucking bullshit. Y'all don't understand the circumstances. First of all, y'all didn't grow up during the slavery times. Y'all didn't grow up in the Jim Crow times. If y'all so damn concerned about rape, why do y'all dress like fucking prostitutes? Why do y'all dress like fucking hookers? Why do some of y'all bitches some of y'all bitches nowadays choose not to wear a fucking bra? Y'all like to show off your titties, show off your ass. But y'all comfortable walking in public knowing that you got perverts out here, you got crazy men out here who don't have no self-control, and they're raised by a single mother. A lot of y'all kicked the father out the fucking home and kept the father from seeing his own fucking kids, especially his fucking son, because you are fucking mad. Basically, you're mad because you couldn't get your fucking way because the man did not jump when you said jump, because he didn't kiss your ass, because the truth of the matter is, women, in a relationship, the world does not revolve around you. Life does not revolve around the fucking woman. I hope y'all understand that. You know, men have their own thoughts and opinions. Y'all talk about you want a man to be independent and self-efficient and think for himself and be a leader. Well, guess what? He can't do that shit when you're trying to control him and trying to dominate him. I'm not going to try to get a woman to follow me when she don't want to cooperate, when she don't want to be compliant and submissive and subservient. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not going to fight with another person to try to get them to fall in line. Truth of the matter is, y'all want a man to be responsible, but you don't want him to be a leader. You want a fucking slave, but you want a fucking dog to protect you. Y'all see us as fucking dogs. I'll be right back. Alright, people. I'm back. I don't want to repeat myself, so all I remember when I hear these Negro females talking about how the so-called black man don't protect them, it's fucking bullshit. You're falling for the false bullshit, lying ass black feminist Negro bedwench of a narrative. That's a Negropean female talking point, a Negropean bitch talking point. That's a feminist talking point. We didn't protect y'all during slavery and Jim Crow. Both y'all bitches who are millennials, who I'm talking to, who are 70s, who are Gen Xers, you women who are Gen Xers and millennials, y'all didn't live through that shit. Okay, so my thing is this: if you knew your history, you had countless of brothers, countless of black men, and during the previous generations, even now, try and protect y'all sisters. The reason why so-called black men were not able to protect the so-called black woman and children is because we couldn't really protect ourselves. You gotta understand the divide and conquer tactics that Caucasian supremacists used on us. The Willie Lynch, y'all gotta read the Willie Lynch letter. We are suffering from the Willie Lynch syndrome. You had brothers, you had Caucasian supremacist males and some females tagging along. Caucasian supremacist people coming in, breaking into the houses of the so-called black neighborhoods, and got the husband or the boyfriend or whatever, the man tied up, held at gunpoint, chained up, and he was forced to watch his woman, his wife, daughter, and son, and he was raped himself. So watch y'all get raped, and he got raped in the process. Y'all don't talk about that shit. But if he did something and tried to do something, and some of them did, actually a lot of them did, I take that back. But we got killed and murdered in the process, and families got murdered, communities got terrorized and murdered by these Caucasian supremacists. These evil pale-skinned monkey devils did this shit. They're cowards. You think they came with one person, one or two people? No, they came with the fucking gang. They are the Caucasian supremacists, like the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazis, and these other so-called white nationalist groups. These white nationalist groups, they call themselves skinheads. They are the original gangsters. They are the original thugs. Okay. Okay. Y'all, you sisters talking about all the so-called black women's the least protected. Bull fucking shit. No, you know who's the least protected is men in general. If you're gonna go by a demographic, then when you're gonna go by a group, the women are the most protected group. And we know the Caucasian female is the most protected. Other ethnic women of color are the most protected too. Okay, that's number two. And I'm speaking of Latinas. I'm speaking of Asian women, East Indian women, and Middle Eastern women. They're protected, but that Caucasian female is the most protected. Black women are protected. So-called black women are protected as well. You know who's in general, men are not protected. Nobody helps us out. We don't have no safety nets, no supports. We don't have no unity. And you know who's the least protected and the most vulnerable target is the so-called black man. The black male is the least protected group. If you want to look at the demographic, the most oppressed person, the most oppressed group of people is the so-called black man. The most oppressed people, the most oppressed group, and the least protected, and the most abused, the most violated, the most unfairly treated is the so-called black man. But y'all black feminists don't talk about that shit. You feminists, you Caucasian feminists don't talk about that shit, because you know why? Because you will have to address racism. The feminist movement is nothing more than a Caucasian supremacist owned and controlled organization. It's nothing more than it's a female version of the KKK. Yeah, I said it. And you so-called black women are fools for joining the feminist movement and supporting feminists and joining feminists and supporting the LGBTQ community. The LGBT community, how you want to go by, you're damn fools for supporting the women's movement, which is called the white women's movement, and the white gay movement, the white gay and lesbian, bisexual and transgender movement. They're nothing more than Caucasian supremacists. But I forgot. It's never your fucking fault. The so-called black women in America, free Ks, don't get it fucked up and don't get it fucking twisted. Never takes no responsibility for the fucking failure of the so-called black community. Y'all bitches have been running the so-called black community for the last 60 fucking years, over 60 fucking years, and y'all don't take no damn credit. The only time y'all take credit is fucking success. And as Evelyn Lozada would say, y'all bitches ain't no non-motherfucking factor. Y'all bitches are a non-motherfucking factor. It's men who are responsible for the success of some of the youth. the success and the progression of some of our fucking people, helping both women and men, young women and men. I wish more men got more help, but y'all women don't talk about that shit. No, because it don't fit your fucking narrative. Y'all bitches, y'all Negro females have brought into Caucasian supremacy. Y'all got the same mindset as the fucking oppressor. Y'all got the same mindset as that Caucasian male. And I would say y'all got that, you definitely got the exact same type of mindset as that Caucasian female. And that Caucasian female is way more racist than the Caucasian male. Who's the first teacher of the fucking child? Y'all? It's the woman. Who reinforces racism and supports it? The Caucasian female. Without the Caucasian female, the Caucasian male cannot maintain and defend Caucasian supremacy and white privilege. I know, what does that got to do with your video response to Foot Brotha? Everything everything is relevant of what I'm fucking talking about. Why sisters got a nasty, disrespectful disposition towards brothers. The women of color have a nasty, very mean, disrespectful disposition towards men of color. And that's, you gotta know the reason why that is like that. Sisters, y'all, today's so-called black woman talking about swirling, proud to be a fucking bedwench. But y'all so loyal. Y'all bitches ain't never been fucking loyal. It is fucking ridiculous to say that the men and women, the women are more loyal, the men are more loyal. No, actually, I would say the brothers are more loyal, because we don't try to assimilate like that. Some of us say, fuck the white man's education, fuck the white man says I ain't working for the white man. But even though that's kind of fucking foolish, because some of y'all, what y'all brothers don't understand is that how you gonna get your money, how you gonna fucking live, how you gonna, progress if you don't, you gotta play by the rules. At the same time, you should not play by the rules. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand what you're up against. You gotta work together. We gotta have unity and a strong brotherhood to actually conquer our enemies. Okay? Y'all don't. Most men don't stick together. So-called black men don't stick together with other black men. It's because, and I put the blame on the woman. I understand Caucasian supremacy. I understand Caucasian people having a hand in the fucking division between the so-called black man and the so-called black woman. And you have division among women fighting each other. You have division among men fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? You got the light skin, dark skin, men and women, the gender war. Men don't stick together. I noticed that men don't stick together, especially so-called black men don't stick together with other men. It's because y'all sisters create that bullshit. Y'all say, oh, don't listen to that intelligent brother. He's a house nigger. He's a fucking coon. He's a handkerchief head. He likes white women. How the hell, how's being educated, well-versed, understanding the world around you, being progressive, being a good responsible person, having your shit together, being white? What the fuck is that? Y'all sisters talk about you're the most educated group. Y'all the most educated demographic and group on the fucking planet. How come y'all not called white? Y'all talk about y'all got the degrees. Where did y'all get the degrees from? Were you able to go to school? And most of y'all can't even afford jack shit of a fucking education. But y'all spend your time spending your money on these other non-blacks, on these other so-called non-blacks. Y'all spend way too much money giving the Koreans and the other Asians your fucking money, and they don't respect you. Y'all women kill me. Y'all go to these other places, go shop and go to these Caucasian-owned establishments, companies and businesses, patroning their businesses, and they're following you around and treating you like crap and disrespecting you in your fucking face, and y'all still go shopping just like and then the Asians follow through with the Caucasian supremacy, the Latinos, and the other groups do the same shit, just not at the same magnitude as Caucasian supremacists. The only thing, other brown people, other ethnic people of color that I'm speaking of cannot be racist, but they're very prejudiced against us, the so-called black people, and they got a mild Caucasian supremacist mindset, if you know what I mean. What kills me about the so-called black woman and her attitude is that y'all sisters, y'all talk about y'all don't get no protection. Every time brothers have told you to try to protect y'all, y'all the same bitches who say, I don't need no man. You're trying to control me. You don't tell me what to do. You can't protect somebody and save some damn body and they don't want to fucking listen and don't want to be saved. You're trying to save someone and protect someone, and they don't want to follow your fucking lead, and they don't want to do what you're telling them to do to help you out. You want to argue and be right and fight with this person who's trying to protect you and loves you and cares about you, but you spit in their fucking face and stab them in the fucking back because you think you know more, like a fucking stupid ass, dumb ass teenager. That's how you women are. I'm just keeping it fucking real, people. What kills me about y'all women is that y'all women talk about, oh, these niggas ain't shit. They sell drugs, but y'all keep fucking these guys and giving them pussy who sells fucking drugs, ignoring the fact that the way the institutional racism and systematic racism, and I'm not excusing people who commit crimes. Don't get it twisted. But you don't understand. Y'all get the jobs over the so-called black men, and y'all compete with your own fucking men, and cut your own fucking man's throat, your male counterpart's throat, to get that fucking job, to get that education, to get that house, to get that car. And while we're struggling, y'all getting these handouts, these social programs, these welfare programs. WIC, I know more Caucasian people on the government, on public assistance and social programs and welfare, but y'all sisters are just in the same loop. Y'all sisters are still able to do certain things that so-called black men can't. You're allowed to sit at master's table. You're allowed to be affluent and wealthy, but you can't have no man. Okay? Nobody's intimidated by a woman being a fucking billionaire. No man's dick gets hard seeing a woman who got money. Okay, that has never fucking happened. Unless he's a lazy ass bum looking for a fucking come up. But that rarely happens. Even though you got a lot of bitch-made males today, it's still, men don't get turned on by women, successes and accomplishments and assets. Like women do get turned on by men making a lot of money, men having all these assets and material possessions. Women get turned on by that. And sometimes it's not necessarily in that order. And then if the man's good looking, that's a fucking bonus. You know what I'm saying? Most women go by looks. Don't get it twisted. But if they got that money, they'll work something out. We don't think like that. Man, we don't go by a woman's, education, how much money she makes, her successes and accomplishments. Either she look good or she don't. Either she looks good and she got a good personality, but more so if she looks beautiful and attractive, with a little bit of a decent personality, we can work something out. Now, here's the kicker. When that man meets that woman, who's sweet, nurturing, loving, and affectionate, and very feminine and ladylike, maybe she may not be good looking, but she is as long as she's willing to get that man pussy, let that man fuck her, and get his freak on, we can work something out. If she's got a decent looks, but she's sweet and loving and affectionate, got kind of a good personality, we can let some shit slide. You know what I'm talking about. But what I'm trying to say is, women, y'all need to cut the shit out. Y'all made poor choices. Y'all need to stop listening to these bitter ass bitches, such as your mom, such as your aunties, such as your female relatives, giving you all this bad advice. You got to remember, how in the hell are you going to listen to women who don't have no goddamn man tell you how to get a man and tell you how to keep a man at that. But when you got women like Aisha Curry, you got Shahrazad Ali speaking truth to power, telling y'all, I don't know about Shahrazad Ali being married. I don't know if she got a man or not. But my thing is, women who are intelligent and understand how things are and are anti-feminist, I respect them. Aisha Curry telling y'all women to cover up and carry yourselves with class and how to get a man who's accomplished, well accomplished. Her husband, Stephen Curry is well accomplished, and then a two-time NBA champion. And she's telling you how to get a man like that. But y'all women don't want to listen. But y'all better take advice from bitter-ass, feminist, matriarchal, man-hating bitches who don't have shit to show for it. But they're a baby mama, or they're lonely and they're alone and manless. But y'all want to listen to those bitches because y'all love to co-sign each other's bullshit, and they're going to tell y'all what you want to hear and tell you that nothing's ever your fucking fault. That's where y'all fuck up at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta take personal responsibility for what the fuck y'all do, for what the fuck you have done. Y'all sell out. Y'all talk about swirling. Y'all talk about that shit. Y'all fight for other people's causes who don't give a fuck about you. You don't have no friends, so-called black woman. You don't got no friends. You don't got no allies. Just like the men know, we don't got nobody. But y'all keep falling for the illusion of inclusion. So-called white feminism ain't doing shit for y'all. The so-called white gay lesbian movement ain't doing shit for y'all. They don't have your back. They use y'all for numbers. And now they don't need y'all no damn more. And now y'all talk about getting with Caucasian males. Okay, good luck with that. They see y'all as a fucking jump off, but y'all always be the fuck buddy. But you'll never be the fucking wife. There's no future of chasing a married man. There's no future of trying to get with a man who fucking hates your fucking guts. Especially because of your skin color. Y'all want to get with a person who don't fucking respect you, don't fucking like you, and you're going to try to change that person into liking you. That's stupid as hell. Men don't do that shit. Men know not to do that shit. Men have tried to get women who don't like us and don't respect us. And we know the ugly truth. That woman who don't respect us, that woman will get a restraining order. That woman will fucking, even if she gives us the time of day, guess what? She will whore around behind our fucking back. She will always be rude, disrespectful, mean and nasty, and emasculate us, bully us and intimidate us, terrorize us, make our lives live in hell, and blame us for everything. So it's not worth it to try to pursue somebody who don't like you, especially if they're your fucking enemy. Hear me out. The thing is, the reason, that's why, and the fact that a lot of so-called black women have brought into Caucasian supremacy and that feminist bullshit is the reason why they don't respect so-called black men. That's how it is. Foot Brotha and all you men out there. All you brothers out there, that's how it is. From my experience of women, I got more time. From my experience of women, when I talk about women, specifically so-called black women, about, giving them compliments, specifically complimenting their feet, I tell them they got pretty feet, beautiful feet, gorgeous feet, sexy toes, and so on. My experience is that a lot of sisters got a hang-up. Got a sexual hang-up. A lot of sexual hang-ups. But they do some nasty shit, though, to other dudes. They'll fuck a Ray Ray and Pookie. If you're an everyday brother, if you are a dude that's not the stereotype, if you ain't a bad boy, if you ain't a fucking thug, if you ain't a Caucasian dude, if you ain't a so-called non-black dude, you're gonna get treated like shit by these so-called sisters that ain't loyal to us. You're gonna get treated like shit and not be taken seriously by the so-called black woman. When you as a man, as a so-called black man, who's yourself, who's honest and truthful and sincere and who you are, and you are who you are, and you make no apologies about it. You talk about what you love about a woman. You're proud to be a heterosexual man, and you make that known to the sisters. A lot of times, women, these females get intimidated by that shit. A lot of times they get disgusted because a lot of these women are fake as hell. You know, a lot of these women are not comfortable. It's funny how some women will eat a man's asshole, do suck a man's dick who just took a piss and got poor hygiene and all that shit. Let a man that didn't wash his fucking hands, dirty as hell, to finger her and all that shit. And then they wonder why they got all these diseases and shit and sick as hell. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm back, people. Anyway, what I was saying is this, man. To Foot Brother and many other dudes and many other brothers, many other your everyday decent brother, your everyday nice guy as a so-called black man. The non-negative stereotype of a so-called black man. We as men of color got to understand that when you're not a thug, when you're not the bad boy, you're not the womanizer, you're not the player, you're not the gay dude. When you're a brother, when you're not any as a man of color, when you're not those negative stereotypes that many of these sisters complain about, for some odd reason, they don't respect y'all. They don't take us seriously, and they don't value our feelings and opinions about them. I mean, it's ridiculous that I get into arguments about encouraging women to wear their natural hair and have self-love and love their ethnicity, their skin color, and their culture. I get slammed for that. And the truth of the matter is, but from my experience, I have seen Caucasian males and men of other ethnicities, but mainly Caucasian males, specifically Caucasian males, say some out-of-pocket, sexual, degrading, disrespectful stuff to so-called black women, and just women in general, and they get away with it. It don't matter if you got money or not. These Caucasian males will talk to these women in all kind of way, and they say if he say he in defeat, oh, they're more willing. But you as a regular so-called black man, you don't got that kind of luxury. You can't say anything to women. You can't even compliment their appearance. You compliment their beauty. You can't even compliment their mentality, their mind, their spirituality. You can't even acknowledge anything. And if you do, you're in trouble. They start pulling that Caucasian female racist misandric bullshit on you. Talking about harassment, sexual harassment, that type of bullshit. Saying you're a pervert and you're nasty and all that crap. When you haven't even done, when we as men have done nothing, not even half of the stuff that these women have done to these, these Ray and Pookies and these Caucasian males and men of other ethnicities. They have done some freaky shit to them, and in return, these same sisters who claim to be woke, conscience, will let you see gutter gaggers. These sisters would never let a so-called black man disrespect them like that, especially on camera. Sexually degrade them like that, sexually exploit them. You know what I'm saying? I've seen dudes say some racist, give back, specifically Caucasian males and other so-called non-black males, give women these backhanded compliments, and they take it with a smile. I don't watch much of The Bachelor. When I saw some of these Caucasian guys compliment that sister, she's a bedwench anyway. She's a fucking coon. Keeping it real, she's an aunt your mama. Okay? She's a self-hater. These guys, Caucasian males can say some crazy stuff, disrespectful stuff to women in general, but specifically so-called black women, and these sisters will be giggling and smiling. Not all of y'all, but a huge portion of y'all, from my experience, from my observation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, most brothers who compliment a sister's feet, most so-called black men who compliment the so-called black women's feet, compliment anything, we get judged. And if you don't acknowledge it, if you don't even look at her, you're gay. There's something wrong with you. How come you ain't trying to bite? How come you ain't trying to holler at me? We get slammed either way. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous out here. And there's a double fucking standard. I mean, even if you're a brother who got money, you still catch hell from these sisters. They still don't respect you because we as a collective don't have no power. We don't own and control anything. They're not dependent on us. They don't look to us for refuge. They look at the system of Caucasian supremacy. You understand what I'm saying? And as sad as this is, that's just how it is. You know, if you're a bad boy, if you're extreme, that hyper-masculine, that fake-ass hyper-masculine thug, that outright mean jerk of a bad boy who beats up on their own brothers, beats up on other men, oh, sisters like that. And women and other women of other ethnicities to a degree like that. You know what I'm saying? But you notice they don't chase those dudes. You notice that that men don't have to. Those males don't have to chase those type of women. They come after them. Unless you got a rapper, unless you a ball player with making millions of dollars, and any type of athlete, any type of entertainer, then they'll let you get away with doing some freaky shit to I'm talking speaking to the women. They'll let those men who got wealth, good looks, status, and money, who's a well-known celebrity of an athlete, you know, and any type of entertainer, like specifically a rapper, those dudes can get away with, to a degree, doing some crazy shit to women, saying some outright shit, some crazy stuff to women, specifically to the so-called black women, and it's unbelievable. It's crazy out here. It's just crazy. I mean, I know it is frustrating sometimes. But my thing is that we as men, especially foot men, especially us brothers who got a foot fetish, you know, we got to be careful. We got to be careful, period. You know, and just talking to these women out here. You know, I'm not ashamed to tell a woman what I like in her or what I find attractive. I'm over that. You know, I don't give a fuck no more. I think you got to reach to that point where you just don't give a damn no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just something like, because I understand if she ain't doing nothing for me right now, why should I care? You know what I'm saying? If she ain't doing nothing for me right now, she ain't paying my bills, she ain't loving me, she ain't cooking for me, she ain't fucking me, she ain't sucking my dick. You know, I ain't getting no access to a fucking pussy. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't even doing not a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how, and that's how I look at it. If she ain't doing nothing for me, if she ain't bringing nothing to my life that's positive, fuck her. You know, fuck her in her opinion. You know, I mean, the saddest is most women in America. I mean, not all, but a lot of majority got sexual hang-ups, specifically sisters. But when you was a man of color, come to these Negro females. When you talk to females of color, I'm specifically the Negro woman, you got to understand that she got sexual hang-ups. She's already prejudging you. She already got a negative perception of you thanks to these bitter-ass bitches like her mom and women in her family. You know what I'm saying? And these sellout males, what I call manginas and simps. And these gay dudes hating on heterosexual men. And for some reason they see the man of color who's a heterosexual, especially strong-minded and tough, a real man, as a fucking threat. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't the negative stereotype, you don't do the negative stuff that they complain about, they look at you with suspicion. Because some people are afraid of positivity. Some people are afraid of success. You know, and especially them. If they're used to going through a toxic relationship, bad relationship after bad relationship, now something good comes up, all of a sudden they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? it is what it is, man. Don't trip on it. Guys, don't trip on it, man. Don't be ashamed to be who you are. If you like boobs and if you like certain parts of the woman's body, don't be ashamed of that. You're a man. Don't let that feminist bullshit deter you. Don't let them shame you for being a man, a heterosexual man. Because these women ain't ashamed. They have no problem. They're very candid, especially nowadays, about what they like in a man. They like the size. They judge a man based on the size of his dick. I mean, I don't know how, even though they can't see shit, but they got this speculation. Oh, he got to have a big dick. He got to do. He got to have some abs, a six-pack abs and shit like that. Got to have a bunch of muscles. Got to have a tight ass. You know, a thin, tight ass and some strong calf muscles, you know, some muscle in the legs, you know what I'm saying? Women are very superficial as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They are candid. And not only that, you gotta be good looking, you gotta have a ton of money, you gotta have status, you gotta be popular, especially popular with other women, for them to give you the time of day. You gotta have a title. You gotta be this public figure. You know what I'm saying? For them to give you some play. And it just sucks like that, and it's like you got. I mean, they have a lot of sisters have brought into the Caucasian supremacy, especially that feminist bullshit. And I mean, my thing is to you men out there, if you like something about a woman, just acknowledge it. Don't be thirsty. Don't be overbearing about it. Don't be overly aggressive about it. Just be nonchalant. Just be like, hey, this is who I am. Either take it or leave it type of attitude. You know what I'm saying? I just acknowledge it. You know, step back and observe how she's interacting with you, how she looks at you when you're speaking to her, and how she talks to you back. You know what I'm saying? I have compliment. You know, this morning I did, and now it's just this older woman, and she had really gorgeous ass. She had gorgeous feet and big, sexy, juicy toes. To let y'all know. I mean, she did let me get a picture of that. You know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But my thing is just you just gotta be. I don't want to say confident, but my thing is it's not confidence has nothing to do with attracting women. Confidence is about having high self-esteem and loving and knowing what you can do, having faith and believing in yourself and in your capabilities. That's what confidence is all about. My thing is if you know who you are as a man and you know your worth, you know your value, you got high self-esteem. No matter what your circumstances are in life, you got to know your worth as a man, your value as a man, that you matter. You just not got to believe in yourself and that you could do anything. That's what I mean by confidence. It's just like that. Just all you guys, guys who are in the feet, and you want to tell a woman that you like that part of her body. Just tell her the truth. Don't lie. Don't be like these guys, saying, oh, I'm doing this project. Can I take some pictures and videotape your feet and all that? Just be upfront of what you do. Just be upfront. Just be honest and upfront and sincere. As long as it's honest and genuine and real and authentic, chances are she's going to have a positive response. Chances are it's going to be a positive response. Now, if she gets nasty and get her attitude, you tell her off. You put her in a fucking place. Not saying beat the shit out of her. I'm just saying stand up for yourself and don't let her disrespect you. Most of the time, these women need to be checked. And sometimes these women act like that and behave this way and feel emboldened to do that because they perceive us men to be weak. Specifically, nice guys. They take kindness for weakness because most of these women are fucking evil. It's just like that, guys. There's nothing else I can say in this video. It's long enough, but I had to talk about that. Thank you to Foot Brotha out there. I'm glad you made that video because it actually, you actually made me talk about something in depth. And as you know, I like women's feet too, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other guys. And I noticed that many of these guys who got a foot fetish, chances are many of these dudes are shy, are loners, and are living true force loneliness, or suffering some kind of loneliness and deprived from female companionship. The only thing we can do as men is just get the word out, stand up for yourself, and make people aware. And a lot of them are aware. They just want to be in denial of it, especially women. Women need to know. They need the light shined on them and show, and they need to know what they're doing is fucking wrong out here, and that's unacceptable. And we as men need to clap back. You know, she out of pocket, we clap back. If she's rude and nasty, and you stand up for yourself and you check her ass. Even if, I don't care how fine she is, she has no right to disrespect you. If she can't take a compliment, then obviously this bitch is crazy, and you need to you just need to leave the bitch alone, and she needs to leave your ass alone too. That's all I gotta say about peace.